Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. In this verse, a number of common errors are made. Some of these common errors have been discussed previously, hence they will be mentioned briefly. Firstly, on the word قل, it is important to pronounce the letter qaf clearly, and the qaf must not be changed into kaf. Secondly, lam sakinah must not be pronounced with qalqalah, as it is not one of the qalqalah letters. Hence, to pronounce qul, this will be incorrect. When pronouncing the word a'udhu, it is important that the hamza and the ain are pronounced clearly and separately. At times, some pupils pronounce the letter hamza as ain and say a'udhu, or the ain is pronounced as hamza, a'udhu, etc. In conclusion, there is confusion between hamza and ain, hence care must be taken to ensure that hamza and ain are pronounced clearly and separately. The correct pronunciation will be a'udhu. Also, the letter dhal must be pronounced as dhal and not dha. This has been discussed previously under isti'adha. Birabbil falaq. Quite often, some pupils here make qalqalah on lam sakina and recite Birabbil falaq. This is incorrect. As has been discussed previously, there should be no qalqalah made on lam sakina. Finally, when making qalqalah on the word falaq, it is important to ensure that the letter qaf is pronounced full mouth, as it is a full mouth letter, and that qalqalah is also applied here. Quite often, some pupils simply do the qalqalah without reciting and pronouncing the letter qaf full mouth. So, for example, Birabbil falaq. So, qalqalah has been applied here, but the qaf has not been pronounced full mouth. The correct pronunciation is Birabbil falaq, where clearly the qaf has been pronounced both with qalqalah and also full mouth. Note, care should be taken to ensure that the lam before the qaf is not pronounced full mouth. Sometimes some pupils pronounce this lam full mouth because of its close proximity to the qaf, which is a full mouth letter. Hence, to recite Birabbil falaq, this will be incorrect. The correct pronunciation is Birabbil falaq, where the lam is not pronounced full mouth. Min sharri ma khalaq. A number of factors need to be borne in mind when reciting this verse. Firstly, min sharri. Here there will be a light nasal sound made. due to the ikhfa of nun sakina. Quite often, this light nasal sound is made incorrectly or inaccurately. There are a number of things that need to be considered when doing ikhfa of nun sakina. Firstly, the lips must not meet, as if the lips will meet, it will create a sound of meme, when here the sound created must be of the letter noon. If the lips meet, then the sound will be like this. Min shadri. This is incorrect. The lips must not meet. Secondly, the mouth should also not remain too open. Rather, there should be a slight gap between both lips. If the lips remain too open, the sound of the ikhfa will be incorrect. For example, mia shaddi. This sound is created when the lips remain too far apart. Similarly, the lips must also not be circled when carrying out ikhfa of nun sakina. If the lips are circled, this will create a waw sound. For example, miu shadri. Some pupils also do this, hence care needs to be taken to ensure that the lips are not circled. And finally, ikhfa is always done in the normal mouth position, also referred to as the fatha position, where the mouth and lips remain in its natural position. Hence, the correct method of recitation will be min shaddi. Also, on the word shaddi, we have a ra mushaddada, and as per the rules of tajweed, here both ra's will be recited and pronounced empty mouth. Shadri. Quite often, pupils here pronounce the first ra full mouth shal-ri. Shal-ri. This is incorrect. Both of the ra must be pronounced empty mouth as follows: min shadri ma khalaq. Here the kha will be pronounced full mouth. The qaf will also be pronounced full mouth, as well as with qalqalah. However, care should be taken to ensure that the lam before the qaf is not pronounced full mouth due to its proximity with qaf, which is a full mouth letter. وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. وَمِن شَرِّ. This has been explained in detail in the previous verse. غَاسِقٍ إِذَا. Quite often, some pupils recite غَاسِقٍ إِذَا with incorrect qalqalah on غَاسِقٍ. Care must be taken to ensure that incorrect qalqalah is not made here. إِذَا وَقَبْ. Qalqalah will be carried out on the ba sakina when making waqf. As per the guidance given previously, care must be taken to ensure that the pronunciation of ba is pure and not as per the English alphabet letter B. Hence, to pronounce and recite إِذَا وَقَبْ, this will be incorrect. The correct pronunciation is إِذَا وَقَبْ, with a pure sound on the letter ba. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ. On the word naffathati, some younger pupils often pronounce naffafati, where in place of tha, a letter fa is pronounced. Teachers need to ensure that this is practiced thoroughly. Fil uqad. A common error here is that pupils often make incorrect qalqalah on the lam sakina. There should be no qalqalah carried out on lam sakina, as it is not one of the qalqalah letters. This has been mentioned a few times previously. Fil uqad. The qaf must be pronounced clearly and not changed into a kaf, and the qalqalah on the letter dal must also be pronounced clearly without changing the sound of the letter dal as per the English letter D. Hence, to recite fil uqad, this will be incorrect. So in conclusion, the letter ain must be pronounced clearly and not changed into hamza. Qaf must also be pronounced clearly without changing into a letter kaf, and the dal will be pronounced with qalqalah, clear qalqalah, without changing the sound into the sound of the letter D in the English alphabet. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. Here, much of the guidance has been mentioned previously, especially in relation to min sharri. One common error here is hasidin idha, where some pupils carry out a qalqalah on din and pronounce hasidin. This is incorrect, and care must be taken when memorizing that qalqalah is not carried out here. Hence, the correct pronunciation will be hasidin idha, without qalqalah on din. وَمِن شَرِّ حَاسِدٍ إِذَا حَسَدَ. Qalqalah will be carried out on the letter dal due to waqf. This qalqalah must be carried out clearly and without changing the sound of the letter dal into the sound of the letter D as per the English alphabet.